So I don't believe in karma. I believe in justice, the justice of God. And karma is very yogic, and justice of God is Christian, really, more Christian based, and maybe Jewish and even Muslim based. So I'm not sure so much about the Muslim part, but basically, with karma, everything you do gets carried over to the next life. Whereas with justice of God, God goes through when you're done with this life, he goes through and goes like, you did something and that wasn't so great, and does a cleaning and stuff. And basically it's God can give you mercy on what you did wrong, and karma does not. So with the Christian view, it's you get mercy, and with the yogic karmic view, you don't get mercy. You have to do something to make up for like something bad you did. And even with the Christian view, you have to make up for the bad thing that you did. But if you missed something, God, and you actually feel like actually sorry or remorseful for it, God would give you mercy versus the karma system from yoga. So it's very different. So I don't believe in karma. I believe in God's mercy. I believe in God's justice. So it's really justice, mercy, and his kindness, God's kindness. And so it changes everything once you realize that God can just, if you did something wrong, God could actually totally forgive you, and it wouldn't be carried on to that next life. For example, like a math teacher could be like, oh, I see what you did wrong here and this is before the final exam, of course. I see what you did wrong on this homework. As long as you talk to the teacher about it, after you turned it in, and the teacher explains why it was wrong, so the teacher can give you some leeway and give you half credit for it because you guys talked about it. And so there's all kinds of things that God can do in some similar way, versus karma is like, you murdered someone in the past, now you're going to pay for it, versus with God could be like, oh, I see why you did that. You get mercy because of XYZ, and you wouldn't know that, you don't have to be punished in your next life for that. So there's a lot of leeway with God. There's a lot of things that God has a lot of mercy and kindness, and there is justice when justice is necessary and where you have to be punished for something. But we see it in our own court system, except it's not as perfect as God, because God sees every emotion you have, every thought you have, everything everyone else was thinking and feeling at the time, and why, when that came together, were you actually guilty of it, type of thing, versus it happened because of the reaction, the chemistry of the people together. So God gives you mercy, and so that's why I don't believe in karma. Karma is, you're gonna pay for your for doing this to me in your next life, and so forth. And that's just not how God operates at all. So God is very merciful, very kind and loving, and will give you justice when you need justice. So